Hey Gemini, what's up gang? I hope everybody is well. We're gonna go ahead and do your May preview, okay? So if that's something that interests you, do stick around. Gemini, if you're new to this channel, welcome. My name is Jessica. Please take a look at my description box. That will have any information that you need to know. And yes, this is a Gemini channel. However, if you vibe, you tribe, so go ahead and make yourself comfortable. Gemini, if you're returning, welcome back. I hope that you're well. Hope you're taking care of yourself. I do hope that you're doing what's best for you, boo. Thank you for all the love, all the support. Gemini, thank you for all the good vibes. It really does mean the world, okay? All right, guys, first and foremost, happy birthday to my May Geminis. I'm a May Gemini, May 23rd, and I am super excited about this birthday season. No particular reason. I'm just excited to be 39. So there you go, right? Another year, I have made it. That's a blessing, okay? So super excited about that. Happy birthday to anybody that is born in May, and happy Gemini season, because on the 21st of May, we will be entering our season, y'all, okay? So it's our time to shine here, and hopefully we do that. All right, so let's go ahead and get into this. This is going to be the preview. Y'all know how it goes. We do the whole kit and caboodle for the previews. It's usually a longer reading, so get you a drink, get you a snack, and get your blankie, whatever you need to be comfortable, Gemini, because we're going to do this. We're going to do angel numbers. We're going to do an animal message. We're going to do a card for each month, clarify those, or a card for each week, excuse me, clarify those cards, and then we're going to do advice and additional messages. And we are going to add charms in on this reading, because I just felt like doing it, y'all. Okay, so sometimes we get to do what we want to do around here, okay? So let's go ahead and get into this. First and foremost, we have the sun energy that came out, guys, okay? The sun is coming out in May for Gemini. I got a couple messages. First of all, the Matrix movies. I don't know why the Matrix movies are significant, okay? I have no idea. Maybe you're going to be watching the Matrix movies. Maybe you've wanted to watch the Matrix movies. I don't know, but I'm also getting the energy of like you should watch the first Matrix over again for whatever reason. There might be some kind of sign, symbolism, message, clarity, something that comes through watching that movie or watching those movies. Or if you have a favorite out of the Matrix thing, okay, then watch that one, okay, because there's something significant about the Matrix. Also, with this sun coming out, I feel like you're going to have a major epiphany here in May in regards to something. It's like you're going to start connecting the dots or seeing something in a completely different way. It's like a perspective shift. It's reminding me of like when I was listening to some music earlier today, as usual. I'm always listening to music, but I was listening to the song Nelly, and it's called The Dilemma, where you know that song, right, where she's like, I need you and I love you, Nelly, I need you, I do, right? When you look at older, because I loved Nelly for a long time. Like, I'm an OG fan of Nelly from way back in the day, and you know, but when you get older, you start to actually pay attention to the lyrics, and your values have changed, and how you see life has changed, and the song just isn't that endearing anymore. It's talking about a girl that's cheating on her man that she has a kid with. That's not cute. It's not sexy. It's not endearing. It's not any of those things. I mean, obviously, there are people in this world that are still in that mindset, and they think that that's all fine and dandy. But for me, cheating is just like, it's not... It's toxic. It's not something that I glamorize, or something that I, even in songs, be like, oh yeah, what is that song from Beyonce? They're giving me another song where she's talking about, ladies, leave your man at home. The club is full of ballers and the pockets full of grown. It's like, why are you with the man if you want to be with other men? I don't know. There's just something where it's just like, listening to music now and hearing the lyrics, I'm just like, I don't want to listen to that song anymore, because that's not something I represent in my life, right? I don't want to glamorize those type of toxic behaviors. Now, that's just an example. Maybe some of you guys are feeling like that about music, okay? But it's almost like some of you guys, you could be having that kind of epiphany in your life about a certain situation or something like that, where it's just like almost feeling like you were blinded, or you just weren't seeing it. And it's not that you weren't, it's just that it's your perspective has shifted, your values have shifted, right? Okay, so it's something like that that's going on here with the sun. It's like clarity, but seeing something in a very clear way, more than you've ever seen it before. Okay, they're also showing me somebody spraying Windex on the window and wiping it clean, so that could be the same message here. But also maybe you're gonna be doing some late spring cleaning, okay? Maybe you're gonna be cleaning up your windows, cleaning out your house, reorganizing things. I'm getting a frenzy of cleaning, so maybe somebody is gonna be visiting you, Gemini. Maybe family's coming into town unexpectedly. Somebody's coming home early or something. Maybe they were on a trip, maybe they were overseas working, or they were in the military or something here. But I'm getting like a frenzied cleaning or getting everything in order. So take that as it resonates, okay? Okay, also I feel like there's gonna be an clarity here around healing. Like you're gonna feel like you've healed from something, and this feels like this is from a very long time ago. The sun can represent like a whole season for me, like, so it can represent a year, it can represent a couple years, but it feels like something from a very long time ago that maybe you weren't even realizing you weren't as healed as you thought you were. Or it's like hearing a song in the store, and like, you know, that song used to like hit you hard, where you could never listen to that song because it would always hurt you, it would put you in a bad mood, it would bring you back to some kind of moment that you didn't want to think about, or a person you didn't want to think about. But now when you hear it, you're just like, whatever, you know, it doesn't even bother you. You don't feel any kind of reaction or anything. It's like the epiphany or clarity coming over you of like, oh wow, I really have let that go. I really have healed. And that's actually a really good thing, because you're not carrying this weight anymore that maybe you weren't aware of. Maybe your back was hurting, your shoulders were hurting, your neck was hurting. Okay, maybe like you were having an achy body or something because you've been carrying this for so long. It's like the energetic release is really healing for you, and it's making you feel lighter. It's making you feel fresher, and also ready for new beginnings, which is what we want, Gemini. We don't want to stay stuck in cycles. We don't want to stay stuck in boxes, closing ourselves off to the new beginnings that life wants to offer to us, because we're so caught up on the pains and hurts and regrets and loss and whatever of the past. You know, life is suffering, as the Buddhists say, right? That doesn't mean that it's not good too. This and that can be true. So if we can accept the bad things that happen, we can look forward to the good things, okay? So there's something there with that, guys. Let's get some angel numbers though, okay? Angel numbers, please, for Gemini gang for May. Angel numbers for May, please. How about 686? Shout out to my June babies. Y'all are coming. Your time is almost here, okay? But maybe you were born in 86. I was too, all right? So let's see what we have. Maybe you're born on the 6th day. Take it as it resonates. The lesson that you are learning at this time isn't a setback, but an opportunity for you to clear your path. It's important to do everything within your power to resolve the current situation before proceeding further, okay? So yeah, that's in so many words exactly what I was saying. You are getting a chance to release something or heal something for good, right? It's like you're not going to be carrying this with you, because you need to clear your path. You need to clear your energy. Okay, it's like trying to drive down the road and you're looking the whole time in your rear view. You're going to crash at some point, right? It's like all this clutter around you, or all this energy of, you know, again, maybe like you meet, let's just say like this, let's just use romance because it's the easiest thing to use, right? A lot of people hold on to romantic disappointments. Say you meet somebody and they're amazing, they're great, you know, they're funny, they're independent, they're secure, they're abundant, they're sexy, they're all these things, right, that you would want. And you feel something happening in your heart space for them. But then that also triggers like pain from the past. It instantly makes you start thinking of your past and everything that you went through. So then you start kind of pulling back from this person, resisting because you're scared. You don't want to, you know, experience the same things, or you realize that you're still kind of hung up on that situation of the past, and that's confusing you. And it's like, then this person just, you know, they take it however they're going to take it. But it's like you guys separate them because of that. And it's like, it's because you hadn't cleared out your past energy. If you had cleared it out, you would have been ready, receiving, and open for this new great person that came into your life, right? So there's that kind of energy here, guys. It's important to do everything within your power. And Spirit is really emphasizing this, right? It's important to do everything within your power to resolve that, to let go of what's cluttering up the path, to let go of what's blocking the blessings. okay? Because you are going to want to proceed further with something, but you're not going to be able to until you heal, until you let something else go, okay? So that's for somebody. Let's see what else we have here. Gemini gang. Oh, well, that page is all filled up. So 2020, okay? There's an opportunity for you to strengthen your connection with others. The energies of forgiveness and compassion are surrounding both personal and professional relationships. So this is really echoing what we've already talked about. Let's get a different number, okay? May for Gemini gang. That's bound to happen, okay? 187. That's bound to happen when we go through this book, because at some point, hopefully, my goal is to have every single number have been looked at, okay? So 187, some of y'all could have been born on the first day, some of y'all are born in 87. What you have experienced and what you have learned are gifts that allow you to understand who you are and what talents you have. Take time to see that you are a special soul. So there could be some kind of talent that's coming to the surface here in May, or there could be a highlight on some kind of talent or skill that you have, Gemini, okay? And this is helping you understand a deeper part of yourself. Like, let's say you sing, okay? This is so much more than just you have a great voice. This is something that touches your soul. This is something that maybe your ancestors did, or maybe you've done in a past life. This is something that resonates with you on such a deep level, whatever this talent, this skill, this gift that you have is, okay? Spirit wants you to let that shine, stand in your authenticity. You are a special soul, Gemini. All right, let's get one more. One more for Gemini gang, please. One more. 813, okay? Oh, I got green on me. Somebody said that reminded them of Shaun of the Dead. You got red on you. Yeah, I love that movie. It's funny. Anyways, 813, express who you are. Express your joy and all that lights you up. The universe will support you. Be authentic, Gemini. Go out there and sing. Go out there and dance. Go out there and do your thing, right? Be authentically you. You are being supported. You're being supported by the universe, and that's also going to translate into other people around you supporting you. Things are going to go really well for you in May is what this is feeling like, okay? I think we should go ahead and get the charms now. And if you want to fast forward through this part, if charms aren't your thing, I totally get it. It's just something new. It's not going to be in every single reading. I use charms in my own personal life. I find these to be really accurate and fun to mess with, but I don't really use them on the channel very often. But let's see, okay? May energy for Gemini gang, please. May energy. I don't want to get too many of them, so that's what we're going to do, okay? So we have Sagittarius energy. Some of you guys could have a strong Sagittarius in your chart, or there is a Sagittarius that is significant, okay? So we have the Mask. Interesting. And it's I don't call reversals in charms. I don't even call reversals in cards, guys. You know that. So I damn sure don't do it in charms. I feel like you're overcomplicating shit if you start doing that, okay? You're doing too much. But I don't know. It feels like this mask is coming off, you know? Like there's a mask that is coming off here with this sun. Something is going to be seen in full clarity. Something's going to be seen for what it actually is. The truth I'm hearing is also going to be expressed here. Okay, so somebody could be expressing the truth, either you or somebody else. But yeah, a mask, somebody who is covering something up, maybe not expressing how they really feel, not being real about something, that mask is coming off. This could also represent theater, guys, which I see that with the Sagittarius, the sun, which is Leo. It's a lot of fire energy. And we've been getting these messages already about expressing yourself, being open, being who you are, your gifts, your talents. So there could be some kind of performing that you're doing in May, and it's going to go really well, okay? We have the sunflower. Sunflowers could be very significant for you, Gemini, for whatever reason. Sunflower, I feel like you're blooming here in May, but sunflowers for me talk about good fortune, expansion, new opportunities, joy, happiness, okay? So I feel like that's just a sign that May is going to be really positive. We have the train. Nice. Okay, so there could be some kind of travel here. Now we have quite a few charms that talk about travel, and I have an actual airplane, and the train is like slower than the airplane, right? But it's a little bit faster than a car. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but I know like with the car you have to take stops, you have traffic. The train just kind of gets to go. So maybe I'm wrong about that, but I think you get there faster in a train than a car. What I'm trying to say with that, some of y'all could be taking a train ride. okay? For sure, like in May, for whatever reason you're taking a train somewhere, I don't know, okay? But I'm also getting maybe a trolley, I don't know. But anyways, I'm also getting this energy though of there's going to be some movement in your life. There could be travel or even somebody who's coming towards you, but this isn't going to be like as fast as a train or as fast as a plane or as slow as a car. It's like somewhere in the middle, okay? So I don't know, guys, but either way, without overcomplicating it, which I've already done, there is definitely this energy here of movement, travel, progression, and something is full steam ahead too. Like it's really hard to stop a train. It needs like, I don't know, like a quarter mile or a half a mile or something for it to actually slow down to a stop. Maybe that's not the right, maybe you guys know better than me how long it actually takes a train to stop, but I know that it takes a while, okay? So it takes a while to get going, takes a while to stop, but once it's going, it's like full steam ahead. So that's the kind of energy that we're getting here. We also have the unicorn, which is again talking about being your authentic self, but the unicorn is also talking about having faith in the divine, okay? Is the signs that I'm seeing correct? Is it real? Are my guides really speaking to me? Are these dreams like meaning anything, right? Or is it just subconscious mumbo jumbo that's just finally getting to play out because I didn't think about it all day? What does all of this mean? Am I really a chosen one? And do I really have a spiritual path, a spiritual purpose here? Am I here for something greater? Can I be free to be myself and show up as who I am and be accepted in that full energy, horn and all, right? That is what the unicorn is talking about. And I feel like this is what you're facing here in May, guys, okay? It's almost like this energy of showing up as yourself, being your authentic self, having faith, believing that all of this is for something, and even maybe getting some proof in regards to that. Now we have the dime that came out. It's interesting because in my short that I did the other day, or I don't know if it was yesterday, whatever, the other day where I pulled charms, we had the dime come out. We only have one dime in the whole charm bag. So it's interesting that it came out again, guys, and I don't know. I looked at the date for some reason. Maybe 2011 is significant for somebody. But this is ancestor blessings. This is basically something coming through that is sanctioned by your ancestors. You have earned this. It's good karma. It's a blessing. It's ancestral inheritance that's coming through. This can also talk about a lot of abundance, a lot of money coming your way, a lot of prosperity. So the dime is an incredibly good charm to get because it talks about you being blessed and feeling prosperous, which is probably what we have to look forward to for May. Okay, so now that we did that, let's go ahead and get an animal message, guys. Animal message for Gemini gang. What animal should we talk about for May for Gemini? And you know, this could be a power animal. This could definitely be an animal that you pull towards for strength and, you know, use its attributes and traits to help you through a situation. But this could also just be an animal totem. It could be an animal that shows up as confirmation, or this could be an animal that's already significant to you for whatever reason, okay? So what do we have for May for Gemini gang? What do we have for May? We have the unicorn, y'all. You can't make it up. And that's the kind of synchronization that we're talking about here. There is no such thing as coincidence. We have the unicorn, and then the unicorn came out, okay? So yes, you are being asked to shine in your authenticity. But this unicorn, okay, the card of ether, is really asking you to believe in the unbelievable. It's asking you to trust in magic. It's asking you to believe that things are possible when it doesn't really seem possible, okay? The unicorn is like asking you to believe the signs, the synchronizations that you're getting. These things that feel like, what? There's no way that I saw that, or that just happened, or, you know, maybe that's just a coincidence, right? It's not a coincidence, okay? It's basically possibly you questioning in May, like, is this all real? Can I believe this? Can I believe in a divine power? Can I believe in a divine path? Can I believe in the divinity within me? Can I believe that things can actually magically work out somehow? And the unicorn is saying, yes, you can, but you have to have faith, okay? So let's go all the way back to Spirit and let's find the unicorn. I think we got this recently too. Not too recently, but we have gotten it. Black egg. Oh, did I pass it? There we go. Okay. Unicorn says reconnecting to higher wisdom or divinity. It's difficult to see, hear, or think of a unicorn without immediately questioning if it's real. Did they ever exist? Perhaps long, long ago. The mind answers maybe, or it could be, or no way. This very contemplation explains our relationship with the divine. It encapsulates our wavering belief in the unicorn. We wonder what divinity is. We wonder where our intuition comes from, and if we can really trust it. We think about the higher power and how our mind hesitates between yes, no, and maybe. Is it male? Is it female? Does it have a name? Is it just a feeling? The unicorn card appears and wakes us up to the curiosity about a higher self and the divine. It is a card of questioning, exploring, and contemplating the inexplicable. The mind's eye knows there is something beyond our day-to-day lives, a deeper dimension to our experiences. The mind's eye reaches and reaches and reaches out to grasp something more. You are the unicorn, and you have begun your quest for answers. Wow. Right? Considering we're talking about all that clarity and everything, that's what I'm getting, guys. It's like you have so many questions, and some of these questions can't be found in a book. You know, they're not going to be found in a book. They're not going to be found in a YouTube channel and from a tarot reading, or, you know, maybe even from your mother's amazing advice that she gives, right? This is something that has to be found within yourself. I don't know why I'm smelling suddenly like cologne, but I am, like a male's cologne, and we dang sure don't have any of that in this house, okay? So I don't know where that smell is coming from, but I'm smelling like a male cologne. Maybe some of you guys are going to have things like that happen. Maybe you have an ancestor coming through that's masculine. Maybe you're connecting with a father, a brother, okay, an uncle. Maybe you have a significant other that passed away and they're connecting with you, and you're smelling their cologne, you're smelling their smell, okay? But there's something about that, okay? Because that was weird. It just kind of came out of nowhere. So, yes. Or maybe this is just a sign from spirit that this is especially true for a masculine energy. I don't know, guys, okay? Sometimes I don't know how this stuff works. I mean, I don't know how it works, right? Questioning those things like, well, how does your intuition work? How does all that work? How did you pull the unicorn charm and then the unicorn card came out? And how did that work? I don't know. My answer is a very simple one. Spirit. Right? And I don't dig too deep. Listen, that's way above my pay grade. I just know it works for me. Right? I know that the signs have led me. I know that my intuition has saved me and it's been correct. I know that these readings connect with you guys. I get it all the time how accurate it is for you and how it resonates. Obviously, it's doing something. That's enough for me. You know? I've learned to be okay with not knowing sometimes. And maybe that's the point. Maybe it's about having faith and not knowing, because sometimes we're not going to get those answers, you know? All right, guys, let's continue forward. So the first week of May for Gemini gang spirit, what do we have here? We have the wreath coming out. Sorrow over a loss, regret, pain, personal loss, and a funeral. Okay. And then we have a wishbone on the bottom of the deck. Okay. So we could definitely be healing from something here. Some of you guys could have suffered through some kind of significant loss here, and maybe this is carrying over. Or the first week of May, maybe something is hitting you hard. I don't know what this is trying to say. But there is definitely this energy of maybe recovering from a loss, feeling a little bit better. I feel like you're allowing yourself to feel something here with the wreath. Okay, you could be possibly healing from something. I don't want to predict that there will be a loss, but if it happens, it happens. The card came out. I'm thinking of this more as like you're healing from something. Okay, that you have lost, and you're starting to acknowledge that maybe some of you guys maybe haven't even acknowledged that you did lose something. You know, like maybe there was a loss of a job or a friendship or a breakup or something like that, and you're like, man, I don't care. That didn't mean nothing to me, right? I'm a survivor. I got this. It's whatever. People come, people go. Things come, things go. That's life, right? And you just kind of went on about your business. It's almost like it's finally hitting you, you know? And they do say denial is a stage of grief, right? So it's almost like maybe there was a sense of denial here over something, of like that something really was significant, something really did impact you, or that you really did lose something, you know? Because if you acknowledge those feelings, then you have to acknowledge how important something was to you, and then you have to decide what you can do about it. And if you can't do anything about it, then you have to just sit with that, and you have to let that feeling kind of heal on its own naturally. And that's uncomfortable for a lot of people, especially people who are very practical, and you like to be in charge of things. You like to be in control of yourself, your emotions, your head, your heart. You don't want to feel like you're out of control. Yeah. It's easier to bypass and minimize and be like, well, that didn't really mean anything to me anyways, you know, than to go, damn, that meant something to me and I lost it. You know, some of you guys could be going through a little bit of regret here. Okay. If you have lost something very significant, and a relationship can be significant. So I'm not here to, like, you know, minimize or whatever and be like, oh, losing a relationship is nothing like losing a person and actually like somebody passing away. Yeah, it's different pains and it's different grief, but let's not compare pains here, right? I can't stand when people do that. There's no point to do that. You're hurting, period, okay? But if you have lost something very significant, like a job that you were at for a very long time, maybe you lost everything in like a fire or something. Maybe, you know, heaven forbid, somebody close to you passed away. Maybe a pet passed away. Those are the times where we start to question things. A lot of people, obviously not everybody. Some people pull deeper onto their faith, but it feels like there could be a questioning here. Well, why would I be led to this just to lose this? Why would, you know, you take this out of my life if you really love me, if you really care about me, spirit, right? So there could be something here on the first week where we're questioning things, why certain things have happened, okay? Why a loss happened, you know? There's something like that going on, okay? Whew. Well, not what I was expecting considering. Second week, we have the money path, but we're bouncing back hard, right? That's the energy I'm getting, this is so Gemini, like it really is, you know? But Gemini, you know, heartbreak never stopped your grind, honey. Okay, I read your cards. I do know the tea, right? And heartbreak has never stopped your grind, okay? You guys will work hard and get up and do what you gotta do regardless of what's going on, okay? Sometimes we even use work as like a distraction. You know, Geminis are very known for that. We want to just focus on what we can control, and we feel sometimes like we can control work. So if I'm sad about something, I know what I'll do. I'll throw myself fanatically into my career, into my job, where I don't have time to think about anything else, right? But when we go home at night and we lay our head on our pillow, those thoughts are always going to creep in. That's why you have to deal with things, because if you don't, on the back end, you will be dealing with it, and it'll be rough. So deal with it now, okay? But money path, second week of May, looks like it's good, okay? Opportunity is heading towards you. You may find money. It's a gift. A path with money is waiting for you to find it, and follow the yellow brick road, okay? So you could find some money on the ground, Gemini, okay? Or something like that. I don't know how you would find money. Maybe it blows into your yard. Maybe you get out of your car and there's like a 20 on the ground, okay? If that's the case, it's a gift. Now, obviously, within reason, y'all. I mean, if you find like 20 grand, I mean, you do you. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I just feel like the bigger the money that you find, the more likely somebody's actually looking for that. And it might not always be the best people. But you do you, okay? You can find some money on the ground, or you can find something valuable, okay? Like, I don't know, a ring or whatever. I feel like I'm really bad at this message, Gemini, because it's like if I found a ring, I would do what I could to make sure that person gets their ring back. Just because it's like, who knows? That could be like a family heirloom. That could be their grandmother's. That could be their wedding ring. And it's like, you know, that's sentimental. I don't want that kind of karma on me. But regardless of that, Spirit is saying that this is a gift. So I don't know. If you find something valuable, you find some money, you guys, to each their own. Everybody do what they got to do. But that's a possibility. I do feel like opportunity is heading towards you, Gemini, and a path with money is opening up to you, okay? So there is going to be some kind of wealth here. We do see that with the ancestor blessing. It's like there's going to be a chance for a lot of prosperity here on the second week. The second week, there could be an opportunity that comes in that's leading you towards more money, right? So maybe this money doesn't come in on the second week of May, but it's like the phone call comes in, the email comes in, right? The opportunity hits your desk and you're like, oh, okay. This has some potential to really grow for me, okay? Third week of May, we have the grapes. It says time to go out and have some fun, okay? It says you've been working hard, time to have some fun, watch your drink, make your own drink, and the club, okay? Grapes also talk about abundance and wealth and luxury. You could be celebrating something, maybe a deal coming through, or maybe the finalizing of a project, or maybe you sell something and it's like it's time to celebrate. Maybe you sell your house, your car, okay? But the grapes is talking about enjoying yourself. Now, I don't know if the third week is when Gemini season starts or if it's the fourth week, but either way, we're getting geared up, okay? Yeah, I feel like it's like you want to go out and have some fun. You want to relax. You want to enjoy yourself, okay? And especially if you have lost something recently, it's like, okay, I'm acknowledging that I've lost something. I'm acknowledging that it's made me sad. If there's nothing I can do to fix this situation, I've got to try to move on, right? I've got to try to enjoy my life. And I absolutely agree. We don't want to stay stuck. So let's go out and have a good time. Let's enjoy ourselves. Let's go find something fun to do. Go to a museum. Go to a park. Go hiking, right? Go take a class. Let's just enjoy ourselves. Let's enjoy life, okay? I feel like that's what the third week is all about. How can I have fun? How can I smile? How can I laugh? How can I enjoy life and what life has to offer? You know, it's reminding me when my mom passed away, like I took the kids to Disneyland. You know, and then I feel like people were probably like, okay, well, you're literally crushed right now in your soul. Why would you go to the happiest place on earth? Well, where else would you go, right? I don't know. I just felt like it was important to give the kids something to have fun and smile about versus sitting around thinking about how their grandma's not here anymore. So I was like, we're going to Disneyland, period. You know, and we had a great time, y'all. Like, we really did. Even though I was sad and there were moments where I was like, I thought about my mom and I was like, dang, I wish she was here. But it's like she was there, you know, in some kind of way. So if something like that has happened where you lose somebody significant or, you know, it's so easy to sit there and just be sad. And it's normal. That's absolutely normal. But maybe try to enjoy your life or find something to smile about, you know, do something that makes you happy. Because trust me, on the other side, when you have a family member that's passed on, they're looking down on you. They don't want to see you sad. They don't want to see you crying and upset and laying in bed all day and, you know, not cleaning up and just letting yourself waste away. They want to see you enjoying your life. They don't look at it as like, oh, you're out there going to Disneyland. I must not have meant anything to you. No, they're happy about that. They want you to feel good because they know how hard it is for you. You know, life is for the living. So there's something about that, guys. I know that's not a message for everybody, so I'm trying not to stay too hard and long on it because it's like, I know not everybody has lost somebody, but there could be something regardless of whether it was an actual passing in the family or whether this was just a relationship that fell apart, a business deal, right? Maybe something happened. It's like there is this sense of loss though, okay? And Spirit's saying, you know, focus on your grind, focus on your money, expect opportunity to come in, and allow yourself to still enjoy life. Allow yourself to have a good time, okay? That's what we got here. So let's get the fourth week of Gemini, for May. The fourth week of May, please, for Gemini gang. The fourth week of May. Oh, that's too many. The fourth week of May. That's too many again. The fourth week, please. We have the wishbone coming out. Nice. Well, this turned around, y'all. Like, it really did, because I was worried. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was a little worried when I saw that wreath, okay? But that's why I said I feel like for some of you guys, this is just something that's kind of residual, or it's something that you're finally accepting here, right? Wishbone, though, interesting. Didn't we see the wishbone on the bottom of the deck for the wreath? And now we have the wishbone with the flute, disappointment, on the bottom of the deck. Huh. So a disappointing situation, a situation where maybe something didn't go the way that you wanted it to go, or you did suffer this kind of grieving period or loss over this, something could be turning around, or you could be getting some kind of wish fulfillment in regards to that, okay? I don't know. That's just coming through, y'all. All right, let's dig a little deeper. What is this wreath energy talking about? Let me get some water, y'all. Okay. What is this wreath talking about for Gemini gang for the first week of May? What is this wreath talking about? Sorrow over loss, a personal loss, a funeral. Some of you guys might be joining somebody to a funeral. Like it's not your family. Or if maybe it's not somebody like super, super significant to you, but you're there for support. Okay. Like maybe your best friend loses somebody in their family and they're like, you know, I don't want to have to go to this alone. And you're like, don't worry, I got you. That's what friends are for. Okay. It could be something like that. What is this wreath here for Gemini gang? We have the Two of Cups coming out. It's not funny. Yeah, Two of Cups, channel sponsor, always watching from a distance. Yeah, Gemini, I mean, you know, it could be hitting somebody. And if this is not you, if you're like, look, something did fall apart and I recognized a while ago that it fell apart. Like that hit me as soon as it happened, okay? This could be somebody else in your energy. It's finally hitting them that this is really over or it's finished or this is what's happened, or maybe that you were significant, you were important to them. It just feels like somebody is acknowledging the loss of a connection, and not acknowledging the loss of a soulmate. Maybe questioning spirit. Why would you lead me to this if I was just supposed to lose it? Were we ever even soulmates if it fell apart? Somebody could have like a really idealized like outlook on soulmates and what their purpose is. You know, soulmates very rarely are for union. Yeah, union can happen and it can be possible and it's amazing and it's beautiful when it does happen. But soulmates are there to teach you things. They're there to help you learn, help you grow. And so sometimes that's what they come in for. That's the purpose, to help you grow, help you learn, and then you guys go your own separate ways. Now, sometimes you stay, right? It just depends. It depends on what your soul contract is. It depends on how willing you guys are to work together, and if you're willing to get over what's happened in the past and move forward. It's just, there's so many variables that depend. But the soulmate itself was not just only there for union. That wasn't the only purpose of the connection. So some of you guys could be questioning, like, what was the purpose of this connection? Was it for union or was it for growth? But either way, there's somebody here that's acknowledging that they've lost something, or that it really was important to them. Maybe they weren't, you know, they were trying to, again, push away those thoughts. This didn't matter. This didn't mean anything to me. Right? Well, it's coming in, whether they like it or not, that feeling. It could already be happening. I mean, it's like literally May 1st tomorrow. Okay? So it could already be happening. With the Page of Swords energy, this person could be watching you, looking in on you, always lurking from a distance. Okay? But I also get the energy of like the pursuit of clarity, the pursuit of answers here with this Page of Swords, wanting to have the answers, wanting to know, you know, what was the purpose of all this? This could also be this person's subconscious, this person's thoughts, kind of not attacking them, but yeah, it's like, I can't stop it anymore. I was able to hold it off for a second. I was able to not feel it for a second, but now I don't have a choice. It's happening. I'm feeling it. I wonder if this is my order. I think it is, guys. I got pause this for a second because the FedEx guy is here. Baku's food is getting shipped in. Give me just a second. All right, I'm back. FedEx guy whipped it. The way he whipped that thing around these trees, I'm like, dang, bro. FedEx drivers are like savage. I don't know if any of y'all drive for FedEx. Is there like a training course you guys have to take to like learn how to drive in extreme conditions? Because I swear these FedEx drivers just be like savage on the wheel. But anyways, his food is here. It's okay. I don't have to do anything to it. It's packed in dry ice. So, you know, obviously I don't feed Baku live rodents. He gets frozen to thawed. So anyways, moving on. So yeah, there's this energy here of, again, like somebody questioning, like, you know, and maybe somebody wants to communicate, Gemini. Maybe somebody's sad. They want to apologize. They want to communicate. They want to say how they feel. Maybe you do. There's just this energy here of being in the feels here over a connection in the first week of May. Okay. So what does Gemini need to know about this Two of Cups here? What does Gemini need to know about this Two of Cups that we're sad about in the first week? What does Gemini need to know about it? What does Gemini need to know? Well, Justice and High Priestess. So everything is gonna be okay. I know how like this, Wow, thanks, Jessica. I know, I get it, but that's the energy I'm getting. Everything is going to be okay. Maybe we're not going to have all the answers of how everything is going to be okay with the High Priestess. Y'all know how I feel about that card. It's like not everything is meant to be answered or given or seen at this time, but justice is going to come through. There is going to be a balancing of the scales. There is going to be something that is made right. How, when, where, I don't know. And maybe Spirit doesn't want us to divulge all that in this reading. Maybe some things are better left to, again, the organic process of it all and all of that good stuff. But there could be somebody who's going to take a leap of faith, somebody who's realizing like, no, this is significant to me. And maybe I do have some kind of power to change something, okay? Maybe I can communicate. Maybe I can bring some kind of progression and movement. Maybe somebody's been thinking about their part to play, or, you know, like what they could have done differently. You know, it's like, I don't know, Gemini. That's kind of what I'm getting here. Give me something else for this Two of Cups here. Oh, Lord. There are so many cards that are wanting to pop out. I feel like if this person does reach out to you and talk to you, or if you reach out to somebody, it's like there's a lot that needs to be said. There's a lot that is wanted to be said. Like, this is one of those conversations that goes on for a minute, because it's like one person's going to just listen to the one person, just go and say whatever they need to say, and then, okay, now your turn, and then, you know, and then we talk about it. It feels like that. It feels like both parts have something that they really want to say. So it's like we talk, and then the other person talks, and then, okay, now we say what we need to say together. I don't know. I don't know how y'all do your conversations, but that's what it's feeling like. Okay, Page of Wands. Somebody wants to take inspired action, guys. Okay, and the Hierophant, that's a higher level commitment. Taurus energy coming through, Cancerian energy with the Chariot. There's definitely a choice or a forward movement that somebody wants to make. Somebody also might be realizing that whenever this happened, this Two of Cups, they weren't mature enough for this level of a commitment. They might still be wondering if they are, right? But there's this energy here of like me, the Page of Wands, go into the Hierophant. The Hierophant's like a big deal. Like, this is committed. This is serious. Page of Wands is not somebody you think of like when you think of serious, okay? You don't think of the Page of Wands, all right? So it's not that the Page of Wands can't be serious, but there's an element of growing up here. There's an element of wanting to take on the responsibility, and I just don't know if the Page of Wands felt ready at that time. That could be something that they want to say. Like, things got really serious really fast, and I wasn't sure, and so I got scared, right? And what does the Page of Wands do when they get scared? Well, they usually go off on a different path, run away, shut down. That's what the Page of Wands does. They're not, again, there's not a level of maturity here of let's sit and communicate and talk about the scary feelings that we're having, right? So that could be something that's going on here in this situation. Now, for some of you, very, very few of you, but I gotta say it because it's coming out, because this could be for somebody. There could be a sadness in the first week of May because you find out somebody's married. Okay, because this is my marriage, higher level commitment. Again, Page of Wands, somebody stepping out, right? This could be really sad for you because maybe you really like this person. This person kind of maybe swore to you that they weren't married, or maybe you didn't ask because they weren't wearing a ring and you didn't figure like you needed to ask. If somebody's married, usually they'll divulge that information, right? But no, okay? So there could be something like that going on where you didn't realize you were in a third party, but you were, and it's like, it's hurtful. Best thing you can do in this situation is drive away, okay? That's the best thing you can do. If somebody's married, they're off the market, period. There is no and, ifs, or buts about that. If they want to be with you, they will come to you as a single free agent. That way you don't have baggage, you don't have karma, you're not responsible for another person's pain. Because if you know that somebody's married, yeah, you're responsible if you jump into that. It's not you that's cheating, but kinda, if you know about it. I have like a 0 tolerance level for that, you know? So that's just how I see that. You can think of it any way that you want to, but that's how I think of it. Do you want somebody who's a cheater? Do you want somebody who's willing to leave their family for you? Because what makes you think they won't do it to you? That person obviously doesn't take things seriously. They obviously don't take commitments as a sacred energy. Don't think you're different. That's the deluded kind of thinking that gets us in trouble when we think we're different. Okay? So if somebody's married, they're married. And I feel like that might be the attitude that you have, to be honest with you, Gemini, if that's the case, because you're sad over this. You know, you're like, what a waste. What a fucking waste. Right? 5 of Swords. Okay? That's just for somebody. That's not for everybody. Let's move on from this. What is the money path here for the second week of May for Gemini gang? What is the money path here? We have the moon coming out. Okay? So I do feel like you're going to be intuitively led towards some kind of opportunity here in the second week of May. You may not see this as an actual opportunity at first. For whatever reason, I'm not sure why, but they're giving me carrot energy. And you know how like the carrot will have like these, you know, the green foliage that comes up from the top of the dirt. And if you didn't know anything about carrots, you just think that was another weed that needed to get snatched up, okay? But then when you do, you see, oh my gosh, it's something valuable. It's a carrot. So there could be something here where it's like maybe you don't see that something is as valuable as it actually is until you start getting involved in this deal or until you start working on it. This could even be like investment. Like you invest in something thinking, okay, yeah, I'll make a couple hundred, whatever, some extra spending cash. You end up making like a couple thousand, or maybe even for my extreme ballers out there, a couple million. Okay, there could be something like that where it's like it doesn't look like it's going to be valuable or as valuable, but then it actually is. Okay, so that is just for somebody. I don't know why, but I'm getting that energy strongly. And again, also your intuition is leading you towards this money opportunity, and you're gonna have to use your intuition to walk down this money path. Like it's not gonna just be as clear as you would like it to be. Right? So let's say you're starting a business with somebody or you're opening up a business on your own, whatever. Okay. It's like, we don't really know, you know, it's giving me the energy of somebody opening up a restaurant. Like it could really swing either way here, you know, having an actual successful restaurant, excuse me. What is a restaurant? Anyways, guys, I'm so fucking done. Having a successful restaurant is not actually easy. Like it's really not. So there could be something here where you kind of have to go into something intuitively and trust that it's going to work out for you, but it is. I feel like you're not even going to expect the profit that could actually come to you from this. Give me something else for this money path, please. This money path for Gemini in the second week of May. Yeah, 7 of Cups. It's feeling like there's like some confusion over this deal, or like, should I? Maybe an offer comes and you're like, you know, should I invest in this? Should I go towards this? Maybe there is like a change in what you're doing, right? Like it's going to change your day, your routine. Maybe you got to leave one work situation for another work situation, okay? But it does feel like there's a choice that's made and there's confusion around that with the moon. Okay, because we don't have all the clarity that we need with the moon when it comes to this opportunity, this money path. Some of you guys could have several opportunities come in your mailbox at once too. Say you've been looking for a job and it's like one day you check your email and it's like you have 3-4 different job offers and all of them seem great, you know, and all of them are willing to interview you next week. You're going to be going to 3-4 different job interviews and suddenly needing to make a choice because all of them are ready to hire you today, you know? So it's that kind of energy of like, oh man, you know, now I have all these options. Now I have all these choices when it comes to my money and I wasn't expecting this, or, you know, I don't want to make the wrong choice, right? Because what if I choose this and then that other opportunity would have been really a lot better for me, and then I end up hating this and then that opportunity is not available if I try to go. It's like you're going to be overthinking. That's why Spirit is saying to trust your intuition here. Go with the one that you feel the most compelled towards. Like you feel the most like, oh my God, that's the one that I want. That's the job opportunity that you should choose, okay? So that's kind of what I'm getting here. But I feel like you're going to be happy with this, right? 10 of Cups. Like you are going to be happy about this job opportunity or these opportunities that are coming in. It's good to have choices, you know? It is, especially in money. You know, like especially if you were going without a job or you didn't have a lot of opportunities and then all of a sudden you got 3-4, you know, job interviews next week. That's good, you know? So There's something here where you're going to have to follow your intuition, but yeah, something is not going to look as profitable as it actually is for some of you. That's just what I'm getting. Anything else about this? We have the 3 of coins with the Magician, okay? Yeah, some of you guys could be asked to work on a team, or you will work on a team here, okay? Some of you guys could question why somebody would want to work with you because you don't see your work as that great, but it actually is, Gemini, okay? So give yourself a little bit more credit here. Like if somebody wants to collab with you or hire you or give you a certain position or something at work, it's like, give yourself a lot more credit. They see you as the Magician. They see you as somebody who is highly skilled, somebody who is on top of their shit. You know, you might be a perfectionist, you might be an overachiever, right? And for people who are perfectionists and overachievers, we never feel like we're doing enough. We never feel like it's good enough, you know? We could get like, I kid you not, like at my last job, I used to sit at like a 98, 99% fill rate, which was amazing. They never seen those kind of numbers from my area. Like they were amazed. They were like literally, my boss told me, we are more than satisfied, more than happy. But not me. I wanted that 100. Okay? I wanted 100. Overachieving, over perfectionizing shit. Like, you know, 98, 99 is amazing. There's something here about that, Gemini, where it's like seeing your own potential here, seeing how great that you're doing, because yeah, it's like other people are trying to catch up to you. Other people are trying to figure out how they can do things the way you do it, how they can complete things the way you complete it, how they can get the numbers that you get. It's like people use you as the standard and you might not see that. But that is one thing though that makes you so great. You know what I mean? Because you'd never feel like you're done achieving and you could just slack off now. Like there's always going to be this energy here of, well, I could do better, I could do better, I could do better, right? So that's why you're always getting greater every single day. But there is an energy here of kind of recognizing how great that you are. So I feel like there's an opportunity that comes in. You're like, what? Why would you choose me? They're like, why wouldn't we? Why wouldn't we choose you? Look at you. Right? There's that kind of energy here. Okay. So yeah, somebody sees your skills. They see your effort. They see how amazing that you are at something and they really want to take a shot on you. Okay. What is this grapes here? This could be the celebration. Like y'all been waiting for job opportunities to come in or this amazing opportunity comes in and bam, time to celebrate. Okay. Time to party. Okay. What is this grapes? Time to go out and have some fun. What is this for the 3rd week of May for Gemini gang? What is this grape energy here, please? We have the Ace of Cups. Well, we know what that is, right? That's self-love, it's self-care, it's making your own emotional stability a priority, it's doing things that make you feel good, right? It's raising your vibration. Some of y'all could be going on walks or you could be taking classes, taking up new hobbies. Maybe you want to repaint your house. Maybe you want to, you know, do a DIY project or something. Whatever it is that you find fun, right? Whatever you enjoy. Maybe you want to go to the beach. Maybe you want to go horseback riding. Maybe you want to, you know, plant some new flowers in your garden. Maybe you want to go to a museum, a water park, whatever it is that you find to be fun. It's like you're going to be indulging in that on the 3rd week of May. You're going to be enjoying yourself. Cutting loose, having a good time, really filling up your cup, y'all. Because I feel like y'all, your cup was a little depleted here. Like, you know, like scraping the bottom of that thing for some water. I feel like you're filling up your cup. And for those of you that get a new job opportunity or a new job period, okay, it's like there's a week in between actually starting this job. So you get a week to kind of just exhale now, because I feel like you've been so tight or there's been like a lot of tension, holding your breath because there's been this nervousness, this anxiety over will I get this job or should I take this opportunity, that now that you've got it and it's settled, you're just like, we can breathe out now. Okay. And Spirit is asking me to clarify here that some of this could blend in. Some of this could go into June. You know, this could be like the first 2 weeks. This could be the 3rd and the 2nd week, right? This could be the 4th and the 3rd week and then into June. Like time is very fluid. Okay. So this is not as structured as this week, this week, this week. It's just, this is May. Okay. So take it as it resonates always, but Spirit felt like clarifying that, excuse me, for some reason. Maybe because I don't know why, but that's just what it is. Right. Ace of Cups, there's some kind of magic that's activating within you. You're feeling better, guys, okay? Some of y'all might go out for some drinks. I mean, she is drinking. That cup is overflowing, right? And then we have the grapes here. So, y'all know how I feel. I gotta come in and say it. Mama Moody. Listen, I know I'm like a broken record. Watch your drinks. Don't let other people make your drinks for you besides the bartender, right? Get one of those little covers. You can get them on Amazon. Covers up your drink. So nobody can do no little weird trick of the sleight of the hand thing and throw a pill in your drink. I'm just saying, okay? This shit is real and it happens. Not just to females, it happens to males too. Okay? So everybody who's gonna go out and drink, watch your drinks, be responsible. Don't go out there getting shit-faced drunk by yourself or with people that you just met that you don't know. Go with somebody that you know they'd fight an entire bar of people for you if the time came, okay? Go out with people you trust. Don't get, plastered on a date with somebody. Somebody you just met off Tinder or whatever the kids are using nowadays, okay? Just saying. Be safe. Be responsible, okay? Yeah, I feel like you're going to be working really hard in the future and you know that. So it's like, I want to cut loose and I want to enjoy myself while I have the opportunity. And I feel like you are. It's like the 3rd week of May, you're feeling really good. And you're like, yeah, I want to go ahead and I want to just enjoy myself, So I feel like that's what you're going to be doing, is just having a good time here, okay? Yeah, Page of Cups. Having a good time. Maybe painting, doing some art, right? Doing something creative, something that lights you up, getting back on the same page with yourself for sure. Some of you guys could be going out with the lover. This is 2 cups, and then we have the lover's energy. So yeah, some of you guys could be meeting up with the lover or spending some time connecting, okay? It feels really good. Feels like you're taking care of your emotional needs the 3rd week of May, right? Yeah, because you've been feeling burnt out, you've been feeling worried, you've been feeling anxious, you've been suffering through loss and regret and pain and all this stuff. It's like, it's good to actually feel good for a second, okay? So I see that energy, guys. What is this wishbone, the 4th week of May? This wishbone, the 4th week of May. What is this wishbone for Gemini? Oh, Lord have mercy. This thing literally came up, bitch slapped me in the face, and then fell back to the deck. What in the world? Wheel of Fortune came out with the 10 of Cups. I feel like you guys have a very simple wish. It's going to be different for everybody, what everybody's particular specific wish is. But in the general, in the overall of the collective, it's I want radical change that brings happiness. I want a happy conclusion. I want a happily ever after, right? I want to feel good. I want to feel contentment. I want to feel fulfillment. I want to feel rested. I don't want to feel anxious or nervous or worried about this anymore. I want to feel healed. I want to feel like we have a positive resolution or that we've moved through something in a healthy way. I want to see drastic change in my life that brings an immense amount of positivity. That is everybody's wish. How it's wrapped up, what it looks like for each individual person is different. Some of y'all want a happy family or happy relationship situation. Some of you guys want better health. Some of you guys want a better living situation. Some of you guys, there's been something that's been on your mind. You want it to be released. You want to rest. Some of y'all want to get better sleep. Whatever it is, though, I feel like it's coming with that wishbone, right? There's a sense of blessings. And with the Wheel of Fortune, it's a sense of like radical change. Like the wheel suddenly turns. Have you ever felt that feeling of like when everything is going against you? Everything is going against you. So, well, whose dog did I kick in a past life, okay, to deserve this? Tires flat, you're hitting every red light. Once you get back on the road, you're hitting every red light. Somebody skips you in line. You finally get out from the store, you're walking across the parking lot, somebody right through a puddle, splashes you. Then when you get to your car, you realize, oh shit, I locked my fucking keys in the car. It's like, have you ever had one of those days where it's like everything is going wrong and it's like you just like, okay, universe, spirit, what'd I do to you? Well, it's like this, but the opposite. Okay? It's like everything good that could possibly be happening going right. It's like you feel the shift in the energy suddenly that, wow, everything's going right. And it happens just in time for June season. I know my June Geminis are like, oh, sucky now, okay? Because it's like going into June, this kind of energy, June's preview, we should see some good shit on the first week. Okay, like immediately, because this is the last week of May and it's looking really positive. It's like positive change happening, and it's happening so rapidly, so fast, or you feel like the spiritual force behind it. Like you feel like, wow, I am highly favored, right? So we like that. We like to see it, guys. Let's get some advice and additional messages. We're going to use the Moonology, and then I think we're going to use another deck after that. Oh. Okay, what are we at? Oh, we're only at an hour. Okay. These readings are usually long. I mean, I give the disclaimer at the beginning, you know? Some of y'all might listen to me with like the times, like the playback speed sped up. I don't know how though. I'm sure I sound like, like I'm sure I sound like something like that. Cause like what? Okay, anyways, guys, let's see what we have here. Now that I've embarrassed myself enough. We have do not let, oh, it's upside down. We have do not let pride get in your way. Full moon in Leo. Wow, that coming right on top of that love situation. That's powerful, guys. Because it's like, yeah, there could have been something here where it's like, again, I'm not going to see this. I'm not going to acknowledge that this hurt me or that this person meant anything to me. Of course, they didn't mean anything to me. And it's like, who are you kidding? Because you ain't kidding spirit. And you're not even really kidding yourself, at least in the first week of May. It comes crashing in, right? So it's like if for some of you guys, if there's an energy of connecting with somebody, it's like pride is going to have to be left at the door. Ego is going to have to be left at the door for everybody involved, not just for you, Gemini, right? You can't build a solid relationship off of ego or pride, always having to be right, always having to have the last word, always having to show that this never affected you the most. Like, that's not how you build a safe, vulnerable, consistent, trusting connection, right? So Spirit is saying, don't let your pride get in the way when it comes to resolving any kind of issues that you might feel like you want to resolve. Bottom of the deck, we do have emotions are running high. The supermoon. Yeah, and that's what I'm kind of getting for somebody. It's like their emotions are right there in their face, you know, like this moon looks so big, it's like right there, like you can't deny it. So somebody who has been denying how they feel or how something affected them, they're not going to be able to deny it anymore. It's going to be right there in their face. It's like somebody's going through an ego death here, guys, and an ego death can be healthy, you know. Sometimes that's healthy. Sometimes people need to have an ego death. What else do we have here? Advice and additional messages for Gemini gang. We have, what do you need to release? Okay. And it could be, again, these stopped up emotions or things that we're not wanting to acknowledge. All that does is clutter up our energy. Look at all that. Look at all that muck, that debris. Okay. Emotional debris, emotional baggage. What do you need to release? Okay. What else do we have here for Gemini gang? What else do we have here for Gemini gang? Advice and additional messages for this May reading. We have emotions are running high. Came back out. The supermoon. Okay. And then we have a new romantic cycle begins. A personal issue reaches resolution with expect powerful change. Wow. Okay. Well, that's going to be enough from that deck. So a new romantic cycle begins. Some of y'all, yeah, you could be you're starting a new romantic cycle. This doesn't necessarily mean that you're coming together with somebody. I mean, you know, if you're not and you're finally releasing something and letting go of that emotional weight that you were carrying, this is the beginning of a new romantic cycle. Basically, you're opening yourself up for a new beginning now, you know? Because while we're still holding on to the past and still stuck in that pain, still stuck in that loss, that's still that same cycle. We have not released it. We may have released that person physically, but mentally, spiritually, emotionally, we're still very much contributing to this cycle. So when we finally do release, we finally do heal and let it go for real, we're not checking tarot readings. right? We're not looking at their Facebook page. We're not thinking about them. We're not, you know, we really have let it go. We hear a song that used to remind us of them. We don't feel it anymore in our chest. We're good. That is when the new romantic cycle can actually begin. Now, for some of you, there could be something where you are linking up with the soulmate. Maybe somebody is going to express how they feel. Emotions are running high. We do need to release all this pride and this ego and this clutter that has been mucking everything up. That is the beginning of a new cycle within this connection, okay? We do have a personal issue reaching resolution, the full moon in Cancer. So whatever personal issues that you're going through here in May, whether it's financial, romantic, family, health, whatever, it's like these issues are going to reach a resolution here. You're going to be feeling like something is resolved. And then we have expect powerful change, the new moon eclipse. So yeah, expect that new beginning to be coming into your life. I'm getting strongly this expect powerful change with this Wheel of Fortune and this 10 of Cups with the wishbone. I mean, yeah, that's exactly what that little combo here was giving. Expect powerful change to be coming into your life. Expect something to powerfully shift and move in the best of ways, okay? So we like it a lot. Let's get one more deck, guys. I've been so obsessed with this Mermaid and Dolphins Oracle. I don't know why. I don't know why, you know, but I've just been so obsessed with it. I'm always like reaching for that. All right, let's see. Okay, advice and additional messages for Gemini gang for May. We have dream big. Let go of small thoughts about yourself. See yourself succeeding. That is giving that energy of the money path where it's like, am I really the shit? Right? Like, am I really good enough for this opportunity? Can I really do this? Can I really handle this? You know, why would they want to work with me? Why would they offer me this opportunity? It feels like for some of you guys, there's a big opportunity that gets offered to you and you're like, but why? Spirit's saying to see big things for yourself. Let go of the small thoughts that you might be having about yourself. You are freaking amazing. Look, we have a blessed change. A major life change brings you a great blessing. Yeah, things might get turned a little bit upside down in May, but in the best way. Okay? Things are going to be working out for you in May. Things are going to be great. Is energy I'm getting. There's a lot of changes. There's a lot of blessings that are coming in May. Okay? Let's get another one. Advice and additional messages for this May reading for Gemini gang. We have a helpful person. Someone wants to help you. Think of whom that might be and initiate contact. So, I don't know, Gemini, maybe you're going to therapy. Maybe you're working some things out. Maybe there's going to be you helping somebody. Somebody's going to be helping you. Maybe you're just running into an earth angel here, right? Somebody that wants to be supportive. Somebody that wants to be a positive force in your life. But it does feel like that could be happening, okay? What else do we have here? We have faith. Your prayers are manifesting. Remain positive and follow your guidance. Yes. So having faith, that's that unicorn energy, right? I don't need to see the way that this is going to work out. I just believe and know that it will work out, right? And that's good enough for me. What else do we have here? One more, I think. Oh, okay. We have alchemy. You have the Midas touch right now, and every project that you begin turns to gold, okay? Yeah, so what Spirit is saying is here in May, you have the Midas touch. Anything that you try to go after, it's going to be successful. Anything you try to achieve, it's going to be abundant. Any project you begin, it's going to turn to gold, you know? And that's why Spirit wants you to believe in yourself, because you're alchemizing a lot of grand opportunities for yourself in May. All right, guys, that has been your reading. I do hope that it helps. I hope it resonates. I hope it does something. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.